Well, it's that time of the year again. World Junior Championship is right around the corner. Other than the Olympics and the World Championships, this is the only time we get to represent our country in ice hockey. And I'm not sure about you guys, but I find the World Juniors to be one of the most exciting tournaments in all of hockey. Throughout the 2019 World Juniors, I myself am going to be going through a journey with you guys, reviewing each game, expressing my opinions, and having a lot of fun. This year's opening day consisted of 4 games between Switzerland and Czechoslovakia, Canada, Denmark, USA, Slovakia, and Sweden vs Finland. And our first game on the schedule is going to be Switzerland and Czechoslovakia. My honest prediction before this game started was 4-1 for the Czechs. Early on, this game wasn't too much to meet the eye, but I found later on this game got really into it and actually very enjoyable to watch, even through 2 teams that aren't even that, I don't know, in my opinion, exciting to watch in the first place. Let's fast forward to the second period, where at the beginning, Ondrej Makula of Czech Republic takes 2 quick penalties right after each other, a tripping and an interference, 12 seconds apart. Makula's second penalty ended up resulting in a goal for Switzerland by Nando Eggenberger. It's kind of more of just a good tuck in front of the net, just a good hard work goal. This is not the last time the penalties for the Czechs will be coming to bite them in the ass. Although shortly after, Martin Kaut would come and score for the Czech Republic. This tight shot barely squeaked through Luca Hollenstein's pads, and now it is a 1-1 game. The Czechs ended up getting 6 penalties before the thirds, including a 5-on-3 with 2 minutes left in the second period. And I found that the Czech Republic also had very trouble clearing the puck out of their zone. They were having trouble, but what countered this was that the Swiss were not doing good on the power play, especially on the 5-on-3. They only had one kind of scramble in front of the net that didn't really amount to much, just your average scramble. But I was quite surprised. The Swiss were having a very troubling time having to set up in the zone. It was actually quite poor to watch. Although Czech goalie Lukáš Dostal was standing on his head, making tons of saves, after his team was putting him on the penalty kill minute after minute, and he got their team to overtime. Shortly into overtime though, David Fasnika was able to tuck one in, shooting one about from the point right before a change, and it floated past Luca Hollenstein. Czechs win 2-1 in overtime. I was honestly shocked at how well defensively the Swiss were able to play. Even though they did have a lot of power play time and a lot of possession because of that, they still had a very good game. Next up, we have the good old USA playing Slovakia. But remember, just last year, Slovakia did beat USA 3-2 in the preliminary round. Just like the last game though, pretty self-explanatory first period, 0-0, shots were 7-7. Although right out of the gates in the second period, Jason Robertson finds himself on a breakaway on Czech goalie Samuel Lava. Sorry if I can't pronounce that, that is a tough name, but he gets stoned anyways. The USA would sustain a lot more quality pressure for a lot of the second period, and actually, Robertson ends up getting a penalty shot. Although just like last time, Lavage gets the save again, stopping it from going 5-hole. The game is still 0-0. Although late in the second period, Adam Liska has a terrific takeaway, and he sets up Marek Korenchik across the ice for a sweet 5-hole snipe. 1-0 Slovaks at the end of the second. This would not last for long though, because early in the third, Mikey Anderson and Evan Barrett both score for the States, and about 4 minutes between each other, and now it's a 2-1 game. Soon later though, with about 8 minutes left in the period, the Slovaks are given a penalty shot, and Andrej Kukučka is given the opportunity to tie the game, but once again, he is absolutely stopped by the brick wall that is Kyle Kaiser. That would be the last good chance for the Slovaks, as they end up losing this game 2-1. I ended up predicting a 6-1 victory for the States. I really thought that they would really stick it to the Slovaks for giving it to them last year. They still ended up winning, but good game by the Slovaks. Next up, we have Finland versus Sweden, one of my favorite matchups. I'll be honest, I was only able to catch the last bit of the third, but I'll try and catch you up. For the first 10 to 12 minutes of the game, it was pretty solid, pretty even. Luukkonen made a couple of really good saves, but once Sweden got onto the power play and Finland started getting into their troubles, that's when they hit the rock bottom. Erik Brannstrom didn't score 1, but 2 power play goals in this game. One of them being in the first period, and it was a very nice wrist shot. Seeing eye puck found its way all the way through the entire screen and into the back of the net. Well, the second one was a 5-on-3 with, a full-on 5-on-3 with 2 minutes exactly, and an absolute beamer of a shot up in the top right corner. It was a f***ing banger. Ultimately, these penalties did end up causing the demise for Finland. They took 7 in this game. In the 2018 World Juniors, they took 14 throughout the entire tournament, which was half of what they just did today. Although with a great setup from young Finnish phenom Capo Kakko, the captain Arn Talviti, I'm sorry if I mispronounced that, scores a nice tap in from the feed, and all of a sudden it is 2-1. Finland will end up getting a couple more chances, but sadly it was not enough for them to take over the Swedes, and their winning streak in the World Junior continues, now at 45 games. Now we're on to the main matchup tonight, and honestly my favorite game, Canada versus Denmark. You may have already heard this, but oh my lord, this was a game to remember for Canada. Keep in mind that I predicted this game to end 8-0 for Canada. Early on there was tons of pressure, which was honestly expected from Canada. You know, they were going to come out, home crowd, they're going to be coming out strong. But Morgan Frost gets him on the board early. Nice dangle down low. He started the forecheck, he got the goal and everything. And then even a little bit later, the 2-0 goal by Owen Tippett. And also Owen Tippett started that play on the tic-tac-toe, I think he did. But his effort to stay on side on that was absolutely incredible. And you'll see that, like, wow. I remember the commentator saying that's offside, and if you look at it closely, that takes a supreme amount of talent and knowledge to stay on side there. And I don't think I have video footage of it, but there was a clip of Faceoff having a banger. The big 6'7" defenseman on Denmark took a slap shot on their power play, and Jared McIsaac made a huge block, and for about 30 to 45 seconds he was just sitting out there pretty much crippled for a shift, and he was playing amazing defensively even after taking a shot like that from Faceoff. An absolute, what a trooper McIsaac is. I just felt like I should give him some credit for what he did there. Morgan Frost would end up scoring one more goal to make it 3-0 at the end of the first. Early into the second, Maxime Comtois and Morgan Frost would end up scoring 2 more goals. Morgan Frost getting his hattie and his 4th point of the night on the play. This guy is having a night he'll never forget. May I also add that Michael DiPietro, the goalie, got an assist on Morgan Frost's hat-trick goal. I probably won't have a clip of this either, but I just also want to say that the Danes' power play actually looked decent, unless they were trying to let shots in on DiPietro, you know, so he's kind of warmed up and stuff, but the Danes' power play looked really good, and if they were honestly playing against teams that were more their skill set and level, I think it would actually be pretty successful. The second period ended with more goals from a 6-0 goal of Studnicka, another goal from Owen Tippett, and another goal by Jared Anderson Dolan. Early in the third, DiPietro actually had to face a penalty shot from Schultz on Denmark, which he ended up saving, by the way. Maxime Comtois would then end up scoring 2 more goals, securing the hat trick, making this the first time since 1983 that 2 Canadians have scored a hat trick in the same game. The score is now 10-0, and we're not even going to stop there. Brett Leeson ends up scoring 2 more goals, and Maxime Comtois gets 1 more for his 4th of the night, and then Mackenzie Entwistle makes it 14-0 at the end of the game, and that's what it would end at, folks. Some interesting stats being, what would it be? Cody Glass, he got 4 assists. Evan Bouchard had 3 assists. Brett Leeson had 4 points. Comtois had 4 goals. Frost had 5 points. DiPietro had a shutout and an assist and a penalty shot save. This was just an all-around amazing game for Canada. I think the only 2 people who did not score were Alexis Lafreniere and Noah Dobson, but either way, this was an amazing game, even for being easy opponents. I saw the Danes, they have a lot to improve on. They're obviously a growing nation, and I can honestly, like, they'll never be an elite country, but they're getting better. I mean, like I said, their power play didn't look too bad to me. Match them up against another team that, you know, it's mediocre. I think it'll do okay. May I also just point out that I think Danish players are not going to want to listen to Don't Stop the Party by Pitbull anytime soon. Honestly, guys, so far I am extremely excited about the World Juniors, more excited than the first time I ever hung out with a girl. This is going to be an exciting tournament. I'm so hyped to keep you guys followed up on it, and I hope to see you guys tomorrow when I follow up on December 27th, 2018 of the World Junior Championship. Have a good night. See you guys tomorrow.